Hey, what's going on, guys? Gonna go live here for a little bit, working on the Raminator. So I thought, hey, why not show you guys what I'm working on? As you can see, it's kind of dipping toward that front there. You can see a little shock shaft sticking out there in the front of that lower link by that front passenger tire. Gotta get a couple tools out. Get the wheel off. All that good stuff. It's a beast to work on. Taking up like the whole freaking table. So we're going to see what we can do here. I have some limiting straps too. I need to look up how they work as well. There it goes. Ooh. A couple other upgrades I can do maybe as well while I'm at it. Got these RC Max upgrades for the front end here for the basically the control arms for steering. What's going on? That's my RC. Sean's RC Adventures. Here's my iPad for reference. I didn't break anything, but I did pull this shock shaft out of the end here, and then I also, because of that, I popped the sway bar. So I got to work on this a little bit. Basically gonna remove this, take this off. I'm gonna put some green thread lock on there and then thread it back on. Hopefully it'll be all right. What's going on, GMRCs? But yeah, no, nothing really broke. I do want to replace these up here. I have ones with bearings, and this is a recurring kind of problem I'm having because it's just overextending. I don't have limiting straps, and I lie because I have limiting straps. I just have not installed the limiting straps yet. So I need to kind of a wire one here. I'm thinking it'll go right in here, this upper, and then tie into the top there. But there's no directions. So I guess it's kind of fake it till you make it. So I gotta figure out where they go. Seems like they might go here. Which, if that's the case, that's gonna be a pain in the butt. I gotta take all this off to even get to that. Or I have to remove the servo in order to get in from this side. Which is why they're not installed yet. So, first thing I'm going to tackle is shock. It's still good, feels good. Just needs the springs put back on. Which I did not lose. I found them. They're pretty big, they're easy to find. But everything's just massive on this. That's like a... Look at what tools I need here. I don't think my regular tools are going to work. I might have one of these Dubro that'll fit in there. Looks like a 4mm-ish. That's what it is. What are you guys up to tonight? or finishing up, maybe. You're wrapping up the night. I'm hoping this will just screw right back on there and be an easy fix. We like easy fixes. Enough other crap to do. Yeah, that does not feel stripped at all, so we're going to go ahead, clean that off a little bit. Alright, here we go. People working on their trucks, cool. CCxRCs, I feel you, man, cleaning up your cave. I was doing that all night. Now, most probably wouldn't recommend doing this, but we're going to go ahead and throw a little bit of 648 green compound on there. It's a retaining compound. I think this shock might be at its end anyway, and I've got other ones that I can use, so not the end of the world. If she gets stuck on there. So, I use this on my Jeep for some stuff. Actually, somebody told me to buy it to use with this truck for some things. I don't remember who that person was. Man, this thing is not... It's goopy. I'm just going to go ahead and put it on a few threads like that. I'm going to cheat. Done with the night bash. Very cool. Healing PD. Awesome to hear. Yeah. That should hold a little bit. Man, I might have bent that. And holy crap. That's a big piece of metal and it is bent. I'll show you before I put it on there. I'm still going to use it. Look at that. Got a hook to it. Maybe I shouldn't be green compounding it on here. I should be replacing it. I've got part shocks in the bin. I'm not too worried about it. Something else right there. My fifth scale tool bag's a lot different than the other one. Much bigger. So, I want my small tool bag. See if my shock pliers will work on this guy. Have fifth scale shocks in this mix now. That'll work. Nice. Oh yeah, that'll work. That'll work. There we go. That'll hold. Big Island crawler is just sort of your second crawler. FCX-10-2 raw builder's kit. Very cool. Yeah, some people like their monster trucks. Some people like their crawlers. I can't blame you for liking crawlers more. Man, I really want a more simplistic way to do this limiting strap. I have to look at some pictures of how they mount it. That's my RC, yes. This is still stock motor, stock pipe. The only thing I've really worked and tweaked is the shocks. I put new springs on. And new shock oil in the front. I need to do it to the rears. In the fronts I put 30 weight, and it's amazing with 30 weight oil in it. So, alright, so this is ready to go back in as soon as we reassemble it. Like so. There we go. It's much, you saw how slow that was, that movement. That's what I'm loving about the front. The back end's a little too fast with the lightweight, like 10 is what they put in them stock. It's just too light. Way too light. So let's see, I think the bend needs to go this way. For those that missed it, I did bend it. This end, it actually seems to fit in there pretty good, so I like the hook on it. Oh, alright, Darwin Bonky. Me and my son got Axial Can-Am for Christmas. Any other crazy feel or a must? We leave our stock. If you go too fast, they just roll over too easy. But upgraded bodies is what we did, and we got paddle tires for them for running in sand, which is wicked fun. Wicked fun. So, we seem to be having this issue of missing the bolt. There it is. It's so hard to maneuver this thing. There it is. Good evening, Scott McClendon. How's it going? You guys see a new Losi video that came out today? I thought it was pretty cool. Talking about the LMT a lot. That was pretty cool. So for people like me who are losing this a lot, there's a little workaround you can do if you have a problem popping this off all the time. I'm going to show you right now. Jason Saunders and I came up with that. Don't know why I didn't think about it earlier. Pretty clever. But you literally just spin it around the other way. So, I'm going to go ahead and think about it. I don't usually have these front ones pop off though. Maybe not. Because I didn't do too much. These ones are usually on here pretty good. I'll show you the rear one in a second though. What we did. that's going to do it. My bigger tool bag. Let me get it on here. So what I did on the rear is take this off. We actually installed it backwards because it was popping off. The downward force on it was making it want to squeeze off. That sounded wrong. And it was just popping off. And so putting this on backwards, it will not come over that captured end there. So that's been saving me with that little trick instead of being this way where it could just shoot off the front. So these are low-C rear for the 5T, and they're really soft compounds, these golds, which is giving it a whole lot more movement, which I'm liking, especially with 30 weight in it. But to do 30 weight, we have to also drill out the pistons. So kind of debating whether or not I want to do that right now on the rear for both of them. It's a bit of an undertaking. Not going to do the, I keep putting it off, but I'm not going to do the limiting strap yet. I'm going to find out how they install first. These are threaded, so it might not have to go through both of these, which would be nice. But I just need to, I need to look before I take the time to do it. But it's an issue I keep having. I think if I take this off, which I have to do anyway, and I swap out, then I'll be able to get a screw in here on the front. You guys can't see it. But right here, I have to take these off. You can see how loose, there's a lot of play in this. And you know, it's tight right now, but there's still a lot of slop right here. Not here so much, but it's just in this arm. And it does make this move forward and backward. So I have new arms by RC Max to go in here. They got bearings on them too, which helps them. And they're just a beefier setup. Bigger screws. Hopefully it'll hold in place better and not get this sloppy. But I mean, that's minimal. I just make sure it's tight. Whatever, it's a big, sloppy kind of monster truck anyway, not a big deal. But, yeah, there'll just be a few screws to do that. You know what? We're here. If these come off easy enough, we'll just do it. This one's even bent. Yeah, Robin has a clone MTXL. Something like that. I saw some kind of monster from Robin. I didn't know it was a clone. Sorry guys, hitting the tripod here. It's a little tight. Trying to keep you in tight, but have enough room to work. How's it going? It's your boy Nathan. Curtis D, it is a late night. Got family coming into town. So, trying to have this thing up and running, if I can. So I guess I should open this up and see what it all entails. It might not be too bad. We might be able to bake it, at least for now. Get it installed. Because screws. Huh. Only 4 screws. So I wonder what that means. How's it going, J.O.? I need to bite on the wire. So you fold it over itself and then pinch it together. You just have to have something to wrap it around, which we have to install. Alright, I'm going to lose your comments here for a second, guys. I'm going to go on their site and see if there's any pictures. You guys see what I'm doing here? See what we can find here on Primal. RC. All right, we're gonna go monster truck parts. What's that gonna be under? Suspension. Let's see what we got here. I had a part number actually. Just type that in. ROT002. Here we go. Suspension limiting cable. Description. Yeah, that's awesome. Nothing. So, what the crap does that mean for us? I think I know what it means for us. All right, so we're just going to do it how we want to do it. Let's just say that. My thought is, I wrap the cable up through here. I don't need a bolt. I put one of them down here. I cinch it there, and I cinch it to this. We call it good. They're not going to give me directions. We're going to do it however the hell we want to do it. There's a lot of these things, but these look like they're for a pretty big sized bolt. I don't know where it's supposed to go. Maybe in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the smaller one that fits in here-ish, and we're just going to thread it in there and then go up. See how we do. That doesn't seem right. Maybe these actually go on your arms here. I don't know, but I think I can just go to this hole right here and run the cable down and put this little bolt in right here, and we call it a day. So thread in here. Just do a quick test fit on one of them, and we'll do them all like that if it works. I don't know, what do you guys think? Does this work? Guess I gotta go back to your comments here. I'm terrible when it says when there's no directions. So I'll bring you in closer so you can see. So there's this right here. This screw fits in. This fits in all right. Thinking we just thread it in. And then I don't really have another screw. It just comes with two. It's like we're supposed to use something existing, but these are pretty massive. So unless they were supposed to thread on here and then go up somewhere, and then you take these ones maybe through the outside here, which should work, but I don't know where the other one's supposed to mount through with that big of a, I mean, it could go there, I guess, on that bolt. Again, they're very massive, but it doesn't come with one. And I moved my shocks too, so if it did, it probably was gonna go somewhere else anyway. So again, my thought is I just take the wire itself right up through here, bring it down, strap it around itself, and then do it around this as well. Unless you guys have a better game plan. Speak now or forever hold your peace. That'll go there. Take this wire. My other problem is I've got like impatience when it comes to working on stuff a little bit. I'd just like to be out driving, honestly. Oh, these are Phillips head. What? Who's got that in their tool bag? Alright, alright. So, let me think that through. Anyway, I think I'm going to come in here, we'll strap it, and then we'll go up through here, and we'll strap it down this way. I need limiting straps. For those who are asking what I'm trying to do. I can give myself a little more room here. So I have these straps that work. They're made for it. I have them. There are just 0 instructions. I get the basic idea of how these type of things work. But I don't know how they want me to use these ones that have such a huge threading, and they didn't give me screws for it. So apparently there's something on here I'm supposed to use to mount that to an existing something or other. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do our own way. Which is to go through here, put in one of the smaller ones in this opening, because I'm not doing dual shocks. I don't plan to do dual shocks. Run this wire up. And we'll just tighten it down on here. Give me a second. We'll do a little test fit, see how it works. I just need something so the shocks, it's just overextending when I'm jumping, and it's pulling out the shock. So I need to stop it about right here. So I'll do that again in a second for you guys. You think I will cut the wire if I go through the chassis like that? I do too. do too. I just honestly don't know what they want me to do. So I'll do this for now. I guess I'll call them. Or I'll try and find a video or something. How to do it. There's not one on that page, so right about there. A little extra. We'll see if that'll limit it from overextending. Still feels like it's bottoming all the way. A little bit more. Split. Something like that. I don't think that's the best solution still. I feel like those are going to slip. Got fuel tube. I do have some fuel tube actually. Some nitro tube would work over that. Let me go grab some. Actually, I can do that later because that's a simple pull off and do. I'm going to try and move to this part real quick instead of going up right now and getting it. Try and move this forward a little bit. Is this a 4? Yeah. Oh man, that was in there. Wow. Alright. So, we're going to not lose. Well, actually, we don't need that because we're going to do a bearing instead. This. I do like getting to use bigger tools though. CCxRC, did it break? We're actually just doing kind of some upgrades right now. And I did have to put this shock back on. Not a big deal. I just overextended it there after I was done videoing. And had a little oopsie moment. Wow, those are much bigger. I like it. So this, I'm going to go back to blue thread lock, which I actually use as Vibratite. Yeah, it doesn't really look like I'm sending it for this truck though, because it's so big. It just looks much smaller of a jump than it actually is. Those are some decent sends. I had to jump out of the way a few times Kind of scared myself. These are supposed to stay tighter, which I'm excited about. So I get quite a bit of slop in this part. Oh, and it's so, that bearing is so nice. So nice. Alright, so now I need to find the piece I dropped here. Here. It's clean. Thread lock on there. Oh, that felt like more than blue thread lock. That was on there before. That's a hard turn. I probably need to adjust my turnbuckles too here, because I really do have a pretty crazy stance to the truck. It's kind of silly. Shoot, I did that backwards. Somebody should have called me out. Just do it twice with Tony. Everything you do 2 times to get it right. Tony 2 times. Yep, that's right, JMRC. Tony 2 times. Alright. Viper tight that bad boy. This is the main upgrade I'm wanting to do. But while I have that off, I am putting that smaller screw in for the clay bars. And I won't drive it for a while to let this Loctite set. I posted my video and somebody shared it, and then on the page for that, somebody's griping about how they've had nothing but issues with theirs, and mine, I've not really. I mean, you guys see it when I break it. I don't hide it. I break shocks on it. I don't care about that. That's just jumping it and landing crooked, and not having these stops right here, and it overextends and locks up the shaft, so when you land it bends. That's on me. But motor's fine. I did have to replace the servos in the front. That's the first time I've had to replace those. That was after a pretty massive destruction that we did to it. I don't remember if it was Adam Anderson on that one or if it was a different one. I had the repairs. I don't know. I don't think it was that one. It was something else before that. But I mean, when you have something this big, stuff's gonna go wrong. I don't hide that. It's cheaper than owning a real monster truck. So what I say, it's the closest I'm gonna get to a real monster truck. There are gonna be more costs involved with owning one of these. A lot more problem solving with one of these. Than other ones. Just the nature of the beast being so big. I wouldn't trade it though. People say for $3,000 it should work right. What's the other option? There's no other option for something this big. There it goes. Now it's on. Now I gotta find the wheel nut. Doesn't give you a whole lot of working space on the table. Very easy to get overcrowded, especially with a camera here. RC Master, that's something I want to do. If I could go full size for a monster truck, I would. I've looked at pricing on them. Not in the cards right now, that's for sure. I don't know enough about working on cars either. So I'd have to have a crew or somebody that likes me enough to work with me on it. So that's my issue. I learn things pretty quick though, so. Right now the focus is RCs. They're fun, they're easy enough to work on. We are looking for more property for running them though. There it is. Oh, I don't think I am on there. Don't think it is. There we go. Little muscle. £8 flying, I should get out of the way, yeah. Kind of go back through some of the comments I wasn't able to keep up on. There it goes. Big and cool RC school. What tools you recommend for a new person? Definitely a set of metric drivers like this. You don't want to be using the L wrenches. You can get them on Amazon to start with. They last all right. There are better options out there for sure. I've tried a lot of different ones, and my favorite are the most expensive I've had, which makes sense, but these Vanquish ones with the bearing on the back here is just so smooth. But the box ones, gotta sit here, like this, work fine. They make them in both like a nut driver like this and a hex. And they're like $15 for a set. It's not bad. I'd start with that. If you stick with it, upgrade. Or if those ones wear out, buy another set. It's up to you if you want to get the quality ones or not. I'm not everyone for telling people what to buy, not to buy. I'll say what I use and what I like. And I like those box tools all right, I'll be honest. I got MIPs, but I got them so that they're, I liked these, I bought these Dubro, and the only ones I still use are the 3 and 4 mil, because the handles on the other ones are so small. Like, this is the 2 millimeter. And that's one of the most used ones, and you got to hold this little thing and twist and get no torque with that. So they're all different sizes, which is annoying. The only useful ones are the ones that have the big full size, but they have the rounded tip, so you can come in at it from an angle. It doesn't have to be straight in, and you can tighten at an angle if you got to get around something. But I bought the MIP versions because I was tired of all this little stuff. But the MIPs are just standard, like your dad would have had. Plastic handle, which is fine. But those MIPs are nice. I almost like the handle on the box better than the ones on the MIPs, but the handles on the Vanquish are just next level. Next level. So, I need to get some nitro wire. I'll do that later. That's done. I need to do the other front side here. So, let's move this. I'm going to look at some comments. I think the audio is probably better when I'm sitting in front here. RC for all, you'd love to see a Raminator in person. You really got to, man. I have people that have seen the videos on this and whatever they've come over, and then when they see it in person, they're like, oh my gosh, I thought I knew how big it was, but I just didn't. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's big. My Bari build is big, and this is much bigger than that. So we're going to go ahead and switch out this other arm. Oh, God. 80 pounds. You forget. You really do forget how heavy it is. And big. How awkward it is. I think I just broke my clod buster. Landed on it. All right. What's going on, Bucks RC world? Yeah, baby seat. We did have our kids drive on it a few times. That's cool. I don't have to take the wheel off, but you guys can't really see it if I don't, so. Might actually have a better view of this one than you did the other one even, for the angles. Alright. There it is. That's the big axle. Put your hand in there. Just massive. Massive, massive. Okay, so we're going to take this off. Put in our little piece here. Wrong. Definitely not doing it right. I think my idea will work. But I do think you guys are right about getting some nitro tube. So talk amongst yourself. I'm going to get some nitro tube. Might as well do this one right from the get-go. Alright, I'm back. I'm back. Here we go. Silicone tubing. This should do the trick. Run our wire in here. See if this will fit in here or not, actually. Oh, it's gonna be perfect. Well, I might have to drill it out a little bit. Let's see. It's just an added step. Alright, it's in there. Boom. That should work. You guys are so smart. You guys are the best. I'll tell you what. Honestly, though, I really do think you guys are awesome. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Watch this guy work on a massive monster truck RC car. Get my hands all dirty. All right. Uh-oh, are we talking about metal parts? They work on this. I don't do it on most of my stuff. Keep the metal away. All right. So, of course, that screwdriver is not within striking distance. Why would it be? Why would I leave it where I need it? All right. Different screwdriver too. I don't think this is the right tip. That'll work though. I feel like a dentist now. I'm in my rolling chair. Oh, that one was already loose. RPM is the way to go. I agree with that statement. I like RPM products. I know Jason didn't seem to think it was the best when I talked to him from Arma, but that's one thing I'll agree to disagree on. I do like RPM. I do understand that having plastic that moves can cause other issues. That is just a given. But something when I'm out bashing that I'm willing to usually deal with, because I don't usually deal with it. It's not usually, unless you really crash hard. Oh man, that is tight. We might be applying some heat there. Whew. That's fun with a gas truck. Not the smartest thing in the world. Anybody else waiting to comment about that? Oh my gosh, ow. Hot. Ugh. Whew. Ooh-wee. No joke. smoking. Oh, that's tight. So, this is where we need the tools that come with it. Yeah, I think it's red Loctite. I'm not certain. Maybe a L wrench like this will give me leverage. That is hot. Oh man. That just popped. Oh, that was it. That is definitely red Loctite. Oh. Shnikes. That, make sure everything's right. Take it apart. Put this down the cement, not on this plastic table, that's for sure. Ooh. Doesn't even look like there's any thread lock on there. Everything's smoking. Table. Shoot. That was adventurous. Honestly, really don't like having to use fire around the gas RC truck. Don't want to brand the table. That's what we'd be doing for sure. That bolt might be branded it. For all I know. Sheesh. That was something else. Ah, shoot, I don't want to do this yet. Shoot. I need to do my little trick here. See this guy. You guys able to see what I'm doing? I don't know if I have the right angle or not. I think you can see. Alright, put this in here. Try not to hit the tripod. I got it kind of like straddling it. Probably should have done this tighter on here. I wasn't trying to make it like... Oh, that was hot. Yeah. We got it hot, that's for sure. Let's touch the axle. Reminded me. Now, I don't like what I'm doing is encaptured. It's not going all the way through, which would be better. But see if it's enough. Alright, back to the comments. Sean. Hey, yeah, you're right, Sean. The red does work. Oh, man. Definitely works. I like the sway bars that Barry built for the one that I have of his. Those are pretty sweet. Yeah, these things, you can't just buy it now. That's the thing. You usually have to get on a waiting list. So people are like, oh, they're too expensive or they're too whatever. Well, they're selling out. Somebody's buying them. Every batch that they've had, they've sold out of. It's crazy. That's still hot. Ow. Gotta watch my forearm. It's too far. Just trying to see how high I want it to go. That's about right. Actually, if I don't want this to slide off of the little loop here, I gotta get it down closer, I realize. Otherwise it won't stay on that little spot that they've got, the groove. That makes it a little less likely to slip too, so. Yeah. Good at the top too. That way the tube doesn't slip. Cinch it tight. So if anybody doesn't know what I'm doing, I'm setting the maximum amount that these shocks can extend, so I don't overextend them and pop them out, which is what one of the issues I've been having is overextending the shocks. So I'm just trying to limit them so they don't get their full extension. Then I'll just have to measure it and try and match. This I can fine tune pretty easily once the truck is set up. Right now we're just trying to get it in place so that we can. That's good. That'll be nice. Boom. I like it. I'm going to do it for all of them. And that nitro tubing trick hopefully should do the trick for me. I was thinking of the shrink wrap, but the nitro tube is way better. But again, the main reason I'm taking this all apart is I want to install these arms that are on bearings and just a much smoother and a better screw on there to hopefully not get all the play we were getting before. This. Still hot. I'm hoping, we're talking about big trucks right now, I'm hoping that Losi will come out with something a lot like what Bari has done and gone and built for them using Losi parts off of their DBXLE. I think, you know, the cost that it comes in at right now is pretty steep, which is, you know, not everybody can get them. Even at $1,500, $1,600 bucks, not everybody can get them. My guess is if Losi were to do it, It would not be in the same price range as the 5T or some of the other things. Solid axles are just more expensive to build, and the components. So I think it'll definitely, if they did it, it would probably in the $1,600 range. Would be my guess. Maybe a little more. Hopefully not, but it's hard to know. They were trying to gauge some interest on their motorsports tour group to see what people would be willing, what the threshold would be, and how many people would be interested at that kind of a higher price point. Of course, I said I would be because I've spent more for these ones, and it'd be nice to have market, parts on the market and the R&D that they would do for it. But we'll see. I keep my fingers crossed on that one. I'd love to see that happen. So if anybody from Losey's watching, which I don't think they are, that would be wicked. Alright, so where did that screw go that was burning a hole in the table? There it is. It's fun to see that Losey Max D commercial come out. With Tom Mentz at Monster Jam U giving his stamp of approval for the truck. Although in the rivalry game he had to of course say, it's pretty much perfect as it is, except it would be better if it had a different body on it. You can't say it's 100% perfect with the Gravedigger body on it. That was funny. But no, I don't think if they were having a Max D truck come right away, guys, like as quickly as this commercial came out, I think they'd have let us know in the beginning. Don't hold out and be like, oh, I'm not going to get one because I'm going to wait for that. I think it's more of a tease. So, yeah. If you do want a Max D, eventually go with the roller and try and get a body to put on it. Go with the blacked out stuff. That would be my suggestion. But Son of a Digger's pretty sweet. That was the one I was waiting for to come out as a truck you could buy in the store, and it finally did. Again. Alright, so front end's done. I'm going to have to clip these off. For now, I'm just going to tape them, I think, on here until I decide on what I'm going to do up there. Alright, cool. Now to the back end, and then we decide how much I'm going to do back there. I don't even know what time it is. It's 12:42. Probably not going to do much back there. I don't usually blow the rear shocks out, so I might stop with this for now. Test it, see how these do before I take the time to do it. Because when I take the rear off, I'm going to want to take the shocks off, drill out the pistons. It's going to be a couple hour ordeal. So I'll probably Ziploc bag this stuff back up. And try not to hit it too hard yet. Yeah, AZ Froggies, it didn't actually end up saying that there was a Max D coming. He just kind of hinted that it would be better if it was Max D than Gravedigger. I don't know how much we should read into that other than them playing like, hey, here's our product, what do you think? I think it's awesome. He kind of gives a whole rundown of it at the Monster Jam University. So, I don't know. I think it'd be... They haven't even released the other two yet. Or the other three. The roller and the other two. Yeah. It just seems kind of weird to have that one kind of in the wings already. But what do I know? If it does, it'd be probably later, the way that the things roll out. And it was the first one to discontinue too, out of the other ones with axial, so I don't know. Will they do it as a full thing for the hobby shops to sell, or will they do something else for us? I don't know. Alright, let's see. Sliding back. Back together, looking muddy and good. It is a pretty beastly truck. I definitely need to do that tubing on the other side. Maybe we'll do that right now real quick, so I don't forget. And I also need to tighten that down anyway, so. Everything's so tight in the garage. Although, since last time, I did clean some stuff up. So those of you guys that were in here last time, I'll have to show you some of the cleanup I did. It's not super extensive, but it's a good start. I mean, I got this table in here, so that's a good start. Wouldn't have been able to do that before. I need a break for my fingers anyway. And I also, setting this table up, smashed my toe. Broke a pretty good chunk out of my big toenail. That was a pretty awesome start. It's one of those things where you almost just decide not to do it. Yeah, I'm not going to work on it today. Yeah. You understand how long you've been in the hobby? I got into it not knowing at all that any of this was going to happen. That I was going to get this addicted to it. It happens. Be ready. Just want to explore more and more avenues of the hobby. There we go. There we go. I never thought I'd do semi-trucks. Got one of them now. Drag cars. Any on-road cars. For that matter, I think I'd get into. I'll get this. Come off of here. Already off of that spot. Tighten it down there. Should do it. guys a little bit of the collection again because I moved some stuff around here. Again, it's not clean, but we're getting it there. Been working upstairs, here in the garage. That'll do it. I hear you. I wish all my cars were working too. Doesn't happen very often. But I added some shelves up here to get some of the trucks off the floor. I hung my Jeep grill. Brought a couple different cars in here. I actually have one outside I have to go and get still. A Sentin that goes in here. We had a kid over driving it, letting him try it out today. But most of the stuff that's on the floor is gone. Kaiju's up here now with some spare parts. With the other Red Cat Gen 8. Found some room up there, up top. Brought my Clodbuster bin of stuff. Then up here is the other cars I cleaned up a bit. But I added this little shelf too. Up here. That's all my stuff from making ramps. I had to tuck it in here. We have guests coming, so we had to clean up some stuff that was outside. But all of this is opened up too, where there was all the stuff on the floor. Bash ramp is ready to bash on, and then I'm gonna take the screws out and store it on the side until I need it again. But I shored all this up to get some room here. Got rid of all of my welding metals and stuff that were there. Labeled this while I was at it. So, stickered it up. Got my big bomb sticker on there. But yeah, definitely cleaning things up. But it's still very tight and very full of stuff. We had a huge, massive tree, my backflip tree in the front yard, taken out. Let's see if we can see out there. I don't think we can at night. My Jeep CCxRC, I got this stuck in the mud again at Home Depot. There's a mud hole at the side of our Home Depot. I got stuck. Luckily I had the winch this time working. Got able to winch out. So my big tree here in the front is gone. Oh, we're back. We're back. All right, get in the car. Got it. Now I'm on low battery mode. So I got my car. We'll get ready to wrap it here. But yeah. Oh yeah. Put this back up. Got to plug back in the battery. I've been plugged in the battery this whole time, and I still went down in power, in battery power, because the video takes up so much. All right. Boom. There it goes. All right, I don't know if I actually ever turned the battery on now that I think about it. Hold on. There, we're back. All right. I just had to check if it was charging. It's charging now. So, anyway, I got a few other things to work on. I still need to fix my USA 1 there, Clodbuster. And if you guys have seen the front yard videos, ever seen the tree, it was a massive oak tree, and she gone. But being cool, RC school, man. Have a good night, and we'll get ready to get off of here too. Brian, I did not remove it. There was a guy that we had come in. And he had a bucket truck, luckily. And we thought he was going to need a crane, but he was able to do it with a bucket truck and just swing the stuff. But he was up there 75 feet. It was a massive tree. We kept some of the rounds there in the back. We're going to try and count how many rings there were. On one of the earlier ones we took down, we counted over 130 rings. So we're going to count and see if we can get a better count on what's there at the stump. So, yeah, it's crazy. But it's going to change the whole front end of the house. It's going to look different. It's a much bigger feeling. We had 4 trees taken out that were in front of the house. So, expensive. That tree is not cheap to have taken down. So, yeah, that sucks. You don't see that money. It's not like where your value of your house goes up because you took down a tree. But we have to get it ready for a new roof, and we're planning to do a metal roof, and we don't want all the stuff dropping on it. So, but that tree was also leaning really hard, and it's kind of scary for the neighbors. So, yeah, making room for the big house jump. See if we can jump into the pool. So, yeah, it was dangerous, man. That guy up there, I couldn't believe. One-handed, no eye protection, no helmet, strapped in, hang out with a steel chainsaw, going to town on stuff. Nuts. 24-inch blade, he was able to cut through that thing. Just go around it. But anyway, guys, I'm going to check out. Thanks for tuning in with this little repair. It's at a good enough point, I think, for me. I can show it to my brother-in-law driving when they're here. Next, I got to fix, I pulled out a rod end on the steering on the Bari build the other day. So I got to fix that as well. Simple fix, cheap fix. Just something you have to deal with this big stuff, man. You're throwing 40 pounds around, big wheels. You clip something just right, something's got to go. I would prefer it be that. That's really easy. So yeah, it was like a freak thing. Just ran into something driving it out. Someone said I should have recorded. I hadn't started recording yet. I was going out to do it, and just clipped something. So the fence post a little too fast, and trying to head out back, and that was all it was. So put it back away for now. It's nice and clean. Gave it a good clean down after the last run when it got really muddy. So in some ways it's good. I didn't get it muddy again, so it's looking really, really mint over there. Just needs I have to tap out the rod ends. I have metal rod ends, and since it's stripped out, I've got to tap a new one out, make it a little bigger. And I'm gonna try plastic one this time, the one that normally comes on that shocks, because that steering arm is actually a shock, is what he used. So I'm gonna try. He had started with a metal one on there, said that the plastic wouldn't hold up, but the metal's not really holding up either. It's stripping out. So if you break a plastic one or you strip out a metal one, what's the difference? I'd like to see if the plastic one will hold out a little longer. So again, it's what you deal with having a big truck. It's gonna be a 20-minute fix, not a big deal. Cheap, like I said, $1.50 part. Well, the middle one's like $5, but it's just a different ballpark. You're gonna have things like that happen. That's the only thing I've had happen really with that truck, other than pinion came off, which was just literally screw it back on. Just it loosened up under. It has so much torque. And then I did break on the dog bone, actually, one of the bars that run through it. And I bought a new one, which I was fixing last time, and that was $40 for a drive shaft, but the little other kit's like $12. So now that I know that, I do have some video I could throw up on my story on Instagram, maybe even on my story here, of the tree falling, or parts of the tree falling from way up there. It was huge. So I'll do that on here tonight after we get off. I'll post one of the tree limb falling to the ground in slow motion onto my story. And slow motion won't work because it'll take too long, more than 15 seconds. I'll just post it full speed and we'll call it good. Anyway, guys, have fun RCing or sleeping at this time at night, hopefully. And we'll catch you later.